Hey, it's Tuesday night. It's around 9 o'clock. Shut up. What's on Joe Mind? We're a fan cast about the world of GI Joe. I'm your host, Mike Irizarry. How's everybody doing tonight?
Woo!
As you can see, about to say, Troy finally broke. We finally got a facial. As you can see, we got a full house tonight, and that doesn't even include Racktime Rob, who is still coughing like a broken vacuum cleaner. So he got another week off. Again, he's feeling better. It just it doesn't sound better. He's got a little bit of this thing going on, and we don't need anybody else on this show sounding like John Waits.
He doesn't look good.
Here in the top row, still back on his return engagement from the lower subcontinent. Honcho Mark Weber.
Woo! From what I've heard, and this is just pure rumor and conjecture, Rob, A, doesn't look good. B, didn't used to look like this. And C, has looked better. So there you go. There's your Rob.
Well, regardless, for those of you who joined us recently, I actually had somebody send in a message going, "Who's Mark Weber?"
Oh, the disrespect.
Well, I mean, it's fair enough because you were gone for a little while.
I guess that's fair.
Mark is the former head of marketing for the GI Joe brand at Hasbro. Now off to graduate school to be an honest to God elementary teacher. Yeah. So, congratulations, Mark Weber, on
yes.
Once again on figuring out life.
Yeah, I was running your favorite brand 9 years ago. So there you go. That makes me current.
I remember Mark.
See, I'm like Pepperidge Farm. That's a good thing. And I'm the one who pitched GI Joe Elite, which you might know better as GI Joe Classic. So there you go. They told me no, so I don't know. But
you just needed to get rehired again 3 years later.
Yeah, well, they brought people back, right?
Yeah, Anyways,
wait a minute. If you apply to Hasbro, there's an actual checkbox of have you worked for Hasbro before?
Don't check that box.
Ironically, I think that checkbox is right above the shredder. Yeah. So
don't check that box.
Yeah, don't do that.
Even if it's a lie, don't check that box.
So they'll hire liars. They just won't hire for them. That's okay.
Just whatever, wear the fake mustache in your interview. Just don't check that box.
You think I could get Mary Mercenary to loan me her beard again? And I mean that legit, because I did borrow her beard to become Klondike. Yukon Cornelius.
Yeah. I think it's on the YouTube page or the Facebook page.
Should be.
In the bottom row, that's where the hay is made this evening. We got all kinds of guests. First off, below me in the bottom left from Skeletron, they're not in the correct order, but it's Ben Conway and Mark O'Byrne.
I'm Ben. I'm Mark.
Yes, just to confuse things. It's in there. We can't have Mark and Ben in the box because then Ben's going to get all upset.
Let's see if I can do it. It must be mirrored for the audience because it looks correct on my screen.
I think we want to separate the marks for balance, right?
I would think.
You don't want them both on the same side.
No, you want to keep it kind of 6-7.
Right.
Does that look better now? Mike, does that look better on your screen, the Mark and the Ben?
Now it's correct, yes.
All right, cool. It's reversed for us, so thanks for letting us know.
Can you make it say McKee Troy while you're...
No. I mean, he could, but he won't.
Fine.
He's a poop. And then the bottom right, from our friends at Grindstone Toys, the people who are happy to bring you call sign Longbow, Troy McKee, semi-regular guest of the program as well. Everyone Round of
Give
applause.
it up. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
But gentlemen, how you been?
We're
Good.
good.
It's
Yeah,
been a
things
little
are
bit.
good.
Before the holidays, before New Year's. What's happened since then?
Well, geez, it's hard to
It's a
remember
new year.
that long ago. It was last year. So had an awesome, had definitely had a great holiday. We got our 6-inch
shipped.
Yeah, their 6-inch red shadows shipped out. Everybody loved those. So really appreciative of all the awesome comments and the photography that's been coming from the fans and all the support on those. So it's been really fun to see everybody get those 6-inch figures in hand.
Mm-hmm.
They are great, and I can say that because the last time we saw you officially as a channel, you guys were popping up in the shorts that I put out on from Assembly Required, and a lot of people saw the one with Mark and Ben, and nobody saw the one with Troy, and I don't know why, because the one with Troy is very funny.
Troy.
Troy's short is hilarious.
It is. I did see Troy's short, and I was like, that's interesting that you aired that short, Mike.
Sounds like we all missed out on that one.
I just figured it was funny on all levels because like I didn't know what I was doing with the stuff at that point. So I am almost yelling at Troy and John Kukovic. Like I'm screaming at them because I'm not sure how the audience is the audio is gonna go over. And they're just trying to react to my madness at 7:30 in the morning. I kind of felt bad, but it was too funny to not put it in there.
It's too early to be on camera during
Yeah, that was my thoughts.
You gotta take the time that's available, man. Anyways, I don't know. I'm a terrible person, and I've made everyone uncomfortable.
Especially Troy.
That's like Troy, and the original Johnny Cooks.
Yeah, you'll notice he just refused to say anything.
Right. He did. He was the smart one in that.
Exactly.
But I don't know him as well, so I'm not going to abuse him as much. Like I've known you for many years, Troy. So I feel comfortable keeping abuse at you.
I appreciate that.
Sometimes public settings. I don't know John as well. Although now since we filmed that short, he had to spend a full day and a half next to us at Assembly Required. So I know him a little better for next time.
Well, there you go.
So anyways, what do you say? We got a lot to cover tonight. Let's just get into the news. Once I hit my news button.
Wait for it.
Nice graphics.
Nice.
And music.
Yes, it was nice.
There's some
Very
real
good expense. Yeah.
there's some real lag going on tonight. I apologize. I hit the news button and then I was just sitting here waiting for a couple seconds. So if that happens again, just start to discuss. Anyways, first news item. That's right. I get the former head of the Joe brand and I make him do silly sound effects. But news of questionable nature to lead us off. Hasbro CEO Chris Cox and other executives have been sued. And I'll read you a quote straight out of GoLocalProv.com's article. It's the only article I've found on this. A group of shareholders of Hasbro stock has filed a federal lawsuit against CEO Chris Cox and company executives. What they claim are, quote, breaches of their fiduciary duties as directors and or officers of Hasbro, unjust enrichment, waste of corporate assets, gross mismanagement, abuse of control, and violations of the Securities Exchange Act. So that sounds very impressive. We are not legal experts here at What's on Joe Mind. And I am assuming that while Troy and Mark and Ben may constitute the legal departments of their respective companies, I'm not sure that they necessarily qualify as legal experts either. So take everything that we say here in terms of analysis with a huge salt lick size grain of salt. But this is filed by a group of shareholders that have held Hasbro common stock since 2020 and 2021. They claim that information in the company's public statements was materially false and misleading, and that executives are committing fraud. The lawsuit, and this is where things get kind of interesting, because the lawsuit really only targets Magic the Gathering as an asset. And it alleges that the company is consciously devaluing the Magic the Gathering brand by flooding the market with product. They're worried about the secondary value of their cards. Also alleges that Hasbro has bought overvalued shares of its own stock, which damages dividends and profits and all that other good stuff. There is a full link to the article down in the description. That last bit is kind of what I pulled out of this. If you guys want to chime in, I just think that these are like a bunch of Magic super fans that one of them happened to be a lawyer, and they're just upset that their old cards aren't going to be worth as much as the current card.
Yeah, I was wondering if you knew that, Mike. Are the plaintiffs Magic the Gathering players, past or present?
That would be my guess, but it doesn't say that in the article. Like I said, I looked all over for more material on this and did not have a ton of luck. So
yeah, I wonder if there's any precedent for this, because it does sort of. I know nothing about it. Just to add what Mike's saying about us not being legal experts, but it does sort of seem like Magic, like printing Magic the Gathering cards, is sort of like the Hasbro quantitative easing of the Federal Reserve or something. Like they're just gonna print it all out, print that money, and and at a certain point, Magic inflation kicks in, right?
He looks guilty. He looks really guilty to me.
He looks really worried about
The real crime might be that hairdo. I don't know.
Wow!
I did try to apply the most appropriately happy picture of Chris Cox as possible to this news item.
I kid.
So there is that, but I don't know. I tend to think that we're trying to find a legal precedent to defend the artistic integrity of our collectible card game, and I don't know if that's possible. I think there's just a certain level of this that you can't avoid when your thing gets bought by a huge corporate entity like Hasbro and produced on a mass scale. Mark Weber, you're an old guy. You got any thoughts here?
I mean, I'm looking at the comments. It looks like Counselor Firefly has maybe the most salient insight into it. I wasn't sure of his own legal background, but that sounds a little more tangible.
The lawsuit hinges specifically on stock buyback that happened and not so much Magic, alleging that Cox and the execs sold their shares at an inflatable price, i.e. insider trading. Again, I get that. I don't know if A equals B. That's all.
Yeah. And hey, you know me, I got lots of history, right? I've been known to take a swing at Hasbro, given the opportunity, but I think if this was a bigger deal, it would be more of a national story and not just in Providence Intelligentsia Journal. So we'll see.
Right.
Yeah.
Something else, even a USA Today snippet, but I couldn't even find that much.
But the threat of a lawsuit could cause them to lay off 1,000 more employees. You never know. So
I don't think they need a lawsuit to do that, Mark. I think they just get that done on their own.
Well, the trick is you just move the headquarters to Boston, and then people's jobs are in Boston now. So you either move and keep your job, or you leave on your own with no severance. It's a very soft layoff. It's creative. It shows some outside of the box thinking, rather than just having tunnel vision on one way to lay things off.
They do find exciting new ways to lay people off at Hasbro. I got fired from them last week. I didn't even work there.
Right? That's what their Department of Innovation is about.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I have to say, I stepped back, I looked at my pink slip, and I was like, you know what? This is good. This is airtight.
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
but
no idea. But the one thing I do know is that they certainly could. Anybody can file a lawsuit, so it could be completely without merit, and they can go ahead and file a lawsuit. So I do know that, but I don't know if it's. So it'll be. We'll watch it, but I do think it is a kind of a fascinating angle on the overprinting to devalue the the cards. So I don't know if there's any other instance of that sort of, like it's in a sense it's collectibles, right? You're saying like if it's like somebody came and said you had a collectible that was worth a lot of money, and then they printed more, and then they came back and said that was you've shirked your fiduciary responsibility by reprinting an old, like a collectible, trading card, a toy, anything really. I mean, that's what they're alleging here, right? Is that they sort of overproduce to sell them, make a lot of money, to harm the long term, and then by doing so harm the long term value of the Magic brand and the long term value of the stock price. So
again, I understand that. I don't know where they're a company, right? Their whole job is to sell stuff that people want to buy. And once it's gone, I didn't think that Hasbro had any real legal responsibility to the secondary market or the value of things gone by or things like that.
Right. And they don't. I agree with you. And I'm speculating here, but I think the way that it's worded, they're saying it's not that they're really propping up the long-term value in the secondary market. They're saying that they've damaged the long-term value of the company, right, by diluting the value of Magic the Gathering by doing so.
Keep in mind that Chris Cox came from Wizards of the Coast, right? Magic, there's nothing closer to his soul than Magic the Gathering. So I gotta guess he would be really, really protective of that brand, as I'm sure from his perspective, the flagship brand of Hasbro. So,
it's odd. It's super weird. It'll be interesting to see what comes of it. My guess is probably nothing, but again, I have no idea.
Yeah, I something stinks here. Like I don't want to make it sound like we're defending how the folks at Hasbro run things, because I certainly don't think it's great. Lord knows we've railed on and on about them and their however many mass layoffs they've done just in the 4 or 5 years we've been on YouTube. I think we're up to 6 now. So I don't want to make it sound like we're Hasbro defenders here, because we are certainly not. But this just doesn't sound like much. I tend to agree with you, Ben. Toy Connections chimes in. If you reprint the RoboSkull Special Edition we robbed, no, not really. Well, I mean, funny you should mention that, Ken, because tonight's big reveal, purple RoboSkull. So,
It's
there you go. No. Would we have had you in? Would we have done this big 3-guest episode if I was just going to say, "Hey, everybody, purple RoboSkull"?
I don't know. There's some people that'd be really pumped for a purple RoboSkull.
I can think of 2 guys for sure.
We can sell at least 2 of them.
no, people want the stripped down Arctic RoboSkull. That's what they want. Yeah.
Well, if it's pale enough, it'll kind of look like a flying Mark Webber head.
That's right. And then I'll sue.
We matched the Mark Webber colorway.
That's right.
Infringement.
It was a whole lifetime ago that I was in pro sports locker rooms with a microphone and a videographer going, "Hey, Webb, can I white balance on you?" I'm like, yeah, buddy. Never heard that before.
There's a new one. But yeah, I mean, really, now that I say it, purple RoboSkull would be all right. Not like you'd be coming back with.
Kind of already have one.
We do.
Mark's looking off screen like I just.
Yeah, we have a really awesome custom Skeletor RoboSkull around here somewhere. So it's like looking,
Knowing the way things work out, I just blew the big Q3 reveal.
Yeah, we gotta be more careful, Mike. Remember when you asked Gerwig about a classified scale shark? You ever thought of it? He was like, "Yeah, check this out."
Oh yeah, right here. Yeah, sure, right there.
We got every color RoboSkull around here somewhere. We just got to dig it out. He's got to dig it out.
Who knew that Gerwig had a Harlem Globetrotter out there? He would just pull stuff out of his afro. Hey, look.
Yeah, Gerwig's got some nice, big, cool stuff for sure.
Yeah, he's got all the best stuff.
Oh God. So, anyways, that's what we got with this. We will certainly keep you updated as more facts come available. But again, this is just filed this week, and there hasn't been a whole lot on it since. So we'll certainly see what's going on, and so long as it doesn't interfere with the production of GI Joe stuff, I guess I don't care one way or the other. Right.
He could delay the Cobra Law stuff. That'd be okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess.
This is.
How much more of that is there to go, Mark? I think it's all gone. They did it.
You think? Okay.
We got to get Mole Rat Stage 3.
Yeah, I don't think they.
It's a big crystal in a T-shirt.
I don't think they grab something small and just put a ton of figures into it. They would do something.
Well, let's hope not. Next news item. Hey, look, more G.I. Joe stuff from Mattel. Hot Wheels. Last year they did that as part of that pop culture line, that 1/64th scale line. We got a Sky Striker this year. Going to be a hiss. All right, good deal. It's part of their Wave 2 assortment. It includes a Deadpool-themed dune buggy called the Dead Buggy. Everybody's favorite Barbie vehicle, the GMC panel van. Airwolf, which is interesting. And a 66 Porsche 906 Carrera 6. So certainly an eclectic selection there in Wave 2.
That's next.
These are going to be available everywhere. I got the image off of TNI, but really wherever Hot Wheels are sold, these guys stand the chance of coming up. This was listed in some, I believe it was a Canadian catalog. So there's no reason to think that these won't be shoreside here in the States reasonably soon. Andrew Galgan asks, will there be a limited edition Chunky Tank Kitty from Mattel? There better not be, because nobody from Mattel sending me no checks yet.
No, too heavy. It would peel right off the blister because of the chalk.
Because of the chunk.
Yeah.
It's a lot of die cast.
Not to rip on Hector Burrito. Because why
Oh,
would
you dare.
How come his tank is going backwards? Or are we led to believe there's a row of them?
I think it can't quite get up the hill, so it's kind of sliding back a little bit.
Is that the recoil from the cannon, perhaps, that has pushed it backwards?
I think it's vibrating, and it's also following anher Hiss tank.
Yeah,
that's what it is. There's more than one. This is an army builder, Mark. Come on, man.
But the Mobat was the same way. Like, if Steeler's driving the Mobat, as shown on the packaging, who's backup driving? Right? Who's driving the other Mobat? Short fuse because nobody likes them. We'll put them in a 2-pack as like the varsity and junior varsity tank drivers.
But Stitch Young, is Mattel making the Robo Skull at 1/64? Any word on that? No checks.
Straight up, man. That's not happening yet. But if you have your people call my people, man, that'd be great. Let's do it.
Sounds
Troy, we got to get a longbow vehicle going so Mattel can make a diecast version of it 10 years from now.
Absolutely.
Although, guys, we do actually have a Skeletron 1/64th diecast vehicle that's going to be coming out from Lionel.
Why are you releasing stats on things that you didn't give me credit?
Because I didn't expect to be talking about it, but it's a stock car from a NASCAR race. So that is coming. That is being produced, and it's 1/64th scale from Lionel, and it's got our cool Skeletron logo on the hood with some cool flames that I got from McKee slapped on that thing, and it's pretty fun.
I forgot you guys did that. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, so that'll be out. I don't know when is that out from them?
I don't know. The prototype's been produced, so we have to see that, but still no firm date yet on it. But
yeah,
it'll be soon.
It's coming up
this first half of the year, I'm guessing, maybe mid-year.
And you got scared, but you said Lionel, and I had Joe Slepsky model train flashback. Ooh.
Oh, a train! Yeah, that'd be cool too.
The Skeletron versus call sign Longbow Lionel train set.
The Firefly's got it right there, man. There's your marketing.
Skeletrain.
The Skeletrain.
The Skeletrain.
Good.
Right. Hey, everybody aboard the Skeletrain. Let's go.
That'd be pretty rad.
Doug Dello has a question for you, Ben. Are you sponsoring the car again in 2026?
Great question. We currently have no immediate plans to sponsor additional cars at this time.
So they haven't asked. What you're saying?
That's pretty official.
They just haven't asked. Is what you're saying?
No, we think it's Mark's a NASCAR nut. That's really where this starts and how it gets how it got any steam at all, because Mark loves NASCAR so much.
Correct.
So
Yes. But I'm nothing compared to Troy when it comes to being a NASCAR nut. So
Troy, nothing, no true false.
I'm not sure what to say there. Like, yeah, I'm a big NASCAR fan, particularly the stuff from the 90s and the early 2000s. But I'm a hipster. I watch old races. So
You bet on them?
No. Nobody will take those bets for the 1993 season.
Good way to make money.
He's like Biff in Back to the Future. Got the almanac in front of him. Only he's not in the past.
I did when Ben sponsored the car. I did tell him it was the coolest thing he had ever done, and I stand by that.
that's only because you got to come to the race with us. So
yeah, it was epically cool.
Yeah, they had a great time.
it was awesome.
Yeah, Mark and Mark's daughter and Troy and Troy's dad. And then actually my dad went to the race too. I was booked that weekend, so I couldn't go, but my dad like heard about it and he's like, can I go too? And he flew over to the race, and they all got to hang out down in the pit. It was pretty awesome. I hear.
Yeah, watching a NASCAR race from the pits is pretty unreal.
Yeah,
Very different.
You got to have really good earplugs for down there.
Oh my gosh, isn't that the truth? Yeah.
So did you guys just stand around, or did you offer to help?
No, we sat. Yeah.
Let me get in there. I can help out.
They don't want you getting in the way.
I'm sure.
But they did let us photo. We had a RoboSkull there, so we got to photo the RoboSkull all over the place, including in the car. And then they let us slap a bumper sticker on the back of the car that says "My other ride is a RoboSkull." So that was rad.
That's it.
Nice. It probably got him fined $200,000.
Oh, they had to go through the whole NASCAR approval thing, and they had the NASCAR guys. He's holding up the thing. He's like giving it the official one over and be like, "Yep, we can do it." So it was
It's only 0.2 of an ounce. It won't put you overweight.
exactly.
It's a job along in Toy City. Skeletrain. Let's talk pros and cons of different train gauges. Slepsky will have hate to have missed it. That's last week's near miss when guest host Joe Slepsky started talking about different sizes of model trains, and Mark visibly glazed over.
It was in the third hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't speak to train gauges.
No.
Sorry, no help.
Oh. All right. I got nothing else in live chat. Next news item. Hey, it's time for comics. This tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. That's the 28th. G.I. Joe 18 in the Energon universe hits the stands. It's the first appearance of I believe that's Roadblock, just a guess. But
Melts.
and the question that we have, going back to last week, Troy McKee, would you buy a melty sandwich from a man with a machine gun that size?
Absolutely.
All right. I kind of figured that would be your answer there. Marco Byrne, same question.
I'd buy 2.
Ben Conway.
I'm in.
Right. I just keep buying sandwiches till they ran out of bread, hoping
Bullets.
that may spare me from the onslaught. But I have a joke that I won't make. But Josh Williamson still on the pens for this one. Marco Fedora shows up, as he often does for these Night Force issues. And again, that is on your hot little newsstands tomorrow. We just did a whole Dreadnought War arc, so now it's time to step away and see what's going on with Flint and the boys.
And I have the same joke as last week. Nice to see the classified line making an appearance in the bent barrel of the weapon. That's nice. And we've got that warpage going on right up there. Good to go. Through the brand.
Just, he left it in the package for too long.
Apparently. Should mount that thing on the Ostriker where it belongs.
The guns are working.
When they say the Ostriker quarters well, they mean it could actually shoot around quarters.
You guys caught up on Energon?
Not at all.
Nope, not one bit.
I'm not caught up on anything, Mike. I've got just boxes of toys laying around. I'm not current on anything, I would say. That'd be my guess. I might be wrong, but my general statement would be I'm not current on a single thing.
I know how tough that is to be on when you're running a 2-bit slime show. So I can only imagine what that is when you have like a real job running a real business. So no, I get it. I'm not mad at you. I understand. Also tomorrow, G.I. Joe 49 Homophiles edition contains behind-the-scenes facts about issue 49, the first appearance of Serpentor. That is also tomorrow. We got that iconic cover there. If you really like buying stuff for the second and third time, this is for you. Otherwise, you can let this one go.
Pretty sure
But it is there for you. I haven't picked up, or rather, I should say, I haven't flipped through any of the Homophiles editions on things, so I don't know what they really add. But I know the completists and the perfectionists will go crazy if they don't get it. So I want to make sure it gets its moment here on What's on Joe Mind.
That's cool. Rod has done artwork for Call Sign Longbow. Do you guys know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I was just about to mention that.
Yep. He did character art for us. Everything you see on our website is all stuff that Rod did. So I believe Rod is going to be at Joe Fest. I saw as one of the guests. I believe I saw that.
Yeah, that was announced a couple weeks ago. But yeah, so
Cool.
that means Troy, he can finally track you down and get you to pay his invoices.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna suck.
I like that this book, or at least the cover's 35 years old at least, and I just noticed that Mindbender's pissed that somebody's pulling on his cape, right? Like, I don't know who's off panel, but
He's so mad that his mustache turned white.
well, they're pulling hard, I think.
Right. I don't know about pulling. I just think that it's really, really drafty in those deep burial rooms in pyramids.
I think it's
Whole
dynamic.
lot of wind coming down that hallway.
Or milk.
As we throw BS excuses about two different things at the same time. That's our show. Good night, everybody. Anyway.
Mark said no.
Yeah, Fanboy Prime. It's like getting remarried without going through a divorce. Might as well buy it a third time. I mean, if you say so. If you say so. Okay, so Torpedo Mike says, I wish it was more than just the one page, which says to me that maybe they don't have a ton of added material in there. But hey, if you missed it the first time,
yeah,
this is certainly going to be expensive than digging an original out of the long box.
Yeah, otherwise this is just Spaceballs to search for more money.
I can't. You keep saying that like it's a bad thing, Mark.
Which one? I like both.
Oh, man, there's all kinds of people asking questions about the Yeti figure, and we haven't even gotten to that yet.
Nope.
So settle down, all of you.
Sit down.
We love the questions about the Yeti.
Right, and we'll have plenty of time for them all. We're in the news now. You haven't told anybody. You haven't missed it. Relax. Settle in. Yeah, Racktime Rob in the audience tonight. He's flipped through them. There's not a lot. Okay. All right. Oh, well. Anyways. Also next week, or I guess next week, but tomorrow, Void Rivals 26. Then we have a week of nothing in the Energon universe or G.I. Joe books. Then on the 11th, Real American Hero 325. It's another issue that being put together as an anniversary issue. A new chapter in G.I. Joe begins, according to the advanced sales. And didn't we just do that? Didn't we just start a new chapter? I'm just old and tired. I don't know. And then Transformers 29. And perhaps more interestingly, the Transformers UK Compendium, Book 1. A bunch of stuff which never saw print over here. If you're a Transformers fan, Transformers comic fan. Their Transformers universe went pretty divergent of what we had here in the U.S. So that'll be interesting, if nothing else. So good, big week on the 11th for Joe and Transformers fans alike. Stitch Young, is the news over yet so I can ask pertinent questions like, does Rob have a dry or wet cough? Is he sharing with students? Dude, he's been stuck in the house because like the rest of the world, we're snowed in. So I wish, Yeti figure is so fresh. Thanks, Shaggy. I can't keep up with the live comments. Like I said, I'm old and tired. Next news item. Rolling through. If you got a couple of bucks laying around, try and keep in mind our G.I. Joe Funmies. As Roger Taft is recovering from his eye surgery. He's getting through the end of his bills. Of course, the ongoing saga of Jamie Sullivan and his foot. Our friend Kenny over at the toy department, formerly Roma Collectibles, dealing with his legal problems from an unjust lawsuit. And G.I. Joe staffer Diana Davis and her just soaring vet bills. Again, you don't have to give a ton, but if you got $1 or $2 or $5, we got the links to all these GoFundMe's down below in the description. Help out the people that help your community grow, and give a little today. Next news item. Sometimes G.I. Joe news happens and it's not a Tuesday. What do you do then? I visit the surveillance board. Why does he take the hardest to spell Cobra set? I don't know. But I'm at the point now where if I type in SUR and I get that part of it right, my browser fills in the rest. And I think it'll be the same for you too. But just remember that pesky hyphen. It's surveillance-port.com. Eric does a great job of keeping everybody on top of daily G.I. Joe news. And when there's not any news, sometimes he's got links to review videos or things like that we don't necessarily do here at What's on Joe Mind. But just an invaluable community resource by a guy who puts a lot of effort and pride into his project. So check out surveillanceport.com. Anytime it's not a Tuesday and you got to know what's going on. Or you
Eric's great. And Eric's easier to spell than surveillance as well.
Yeah. Don't go to battlebarge.com. That site is trash.
Yeah. Them guys is jerks.
It just sits there. It doesn't do anything. It's not fun at all.
Is Battle Barge available? Maybe we should tell Eric to buy that one.
Right? No, I bought that last month along with alt.black.com/helicopters. Yeah.
All part of the Mark Webber multimedia empire.
The World Wide Web, baby. You didn't know it.
Oh.
That's where the money is, Mike. You got to license www and sit on it for a while. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. You got to do a little speculating.
That's right.
because what we've been sitting on that we haven't used ever is whatsonjoemind.com. We own it, but I can't. I don't have time for that. Yeah. That's a whole other thing. I already don't have the skills to do this right.
If Eric happens to be watching, I regret to inform you that battlebarge.com, I just checked, isn't available, so he'll have to buy it off somebody. I don't know what's going on. He can make an offer.
Prepare your offer, Weber.
Yeah, it's eternalbaseballco@gmail.com in case you need it. Not all my stuff's lucrative, Mike. Some of it needs help. Yeah.
You got any domain names to trade, Weber? Like do a little swap-a-roo?
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, let me know. We'll see if we can work something out. I'll give you a BOGO on pogo.com. Yeah.
Hey. Next news item.
Battle March.
Hey, our swag shop on TeePublic's having a big sale. That starts tomorrow, runs through February the 1st. Save 35% off on tees and all of your What's on Joe Mind gear. Sweatshirts, mugs, magnets, stickers. We got gym shorts now. Link is down below in the comments. All kinds of fun stuff. So, when you come out to visit, say, the What's on Joe Mind booth at some show this summer, or perhaps call sign Longbow, you can get a call sign Longbow thick in the crotch t-shirt.
You can.
35% off starting tomorrow.
That's perfect.
You can't afford not to at those savings.
Right. It's just I think we've sold 3 of those, Troy. 3. And
yeah,
so,
but 4 thongs. So
well. Anyways, Mark and Ben have been smart enough to not let me design a Skeletron t-shirt.
Yeah.
They
yeah. Oh, did you want to? Would you like to, Mike?
We didn't know that was part of the skill set.
I didn't know you had any interest.
Well, I mean, if you look at the designs, it's really not part of the skill set. It just hasn't stopped it.
Take it till you make it, baby.
Right. We'll just keep faking it then.
You'll get there.
Anyhow, that is going on through the end of the week. Beginning of the month, basically. If you get to Groundhog Day, it's too late. And then you'll just have, just have to lament that for the 2 weeks until they put it on sale again.
Is that all TeePublic, or is that specifically for the What's on Joe Mind store, Mike?
It's not just us. I don't know how they do it. I don't know if it's the whole site. I don't know if it's like they've got it divided into 3 different sections. I don't know how it goes, but it's certainly not just us because we.
Well, then I'll just say maybe Skeletron TeePublic sale tomorrow. Possibly.
Yeah,
check it out. You'll find out. It'll be a surprise.
Yeah. We'll all be surprised.
Yeah.
You could use the What's on Joe Mind site as entry, and then go to one designed by people with talent.
Yeah, and who knows? Someday there might even be a special What's on Joe Mind Mike Kazari designed.
Yeah. The mashup.
Mashup
this.
It's what it is.
It's called a collab. It's a collab.
It's a collab, Troy. That's code. Collab.
But we need to get you a catchy a catchphrase like "thick in the crotch," though. That's really the
Is that one already taken?
I think that one's taken. It's getting hard to tell.
So all right, we'll figure it out. Next news item. Hey, we're going to continue to beat our own drum here, but we're hitting the road this spring. We got our first show on the calendar. I told everybody we'd tell you about this week. We will be at the Ohio Toy and Comic Show May 24th. That's Memorial Day weekend, Sunday, at the Holiday Inn Cincinnati North in Westchester, Ohio. Not Westchester, Westchester, Ohio. There's a subtle difference there.
Probably 2 different places.
There's no X-Men in Westchester.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I don't know if Rob will be there. I'm pretty sure Mark won't be there.
No, I'm just saying. I wasn't saying I wouldn't. I was saying Rob would still be sick.
It's entirely possible, man.
Yeah.
Look, whatever he's got now, I had going back to November, and I'm still not 100% past it now. So I'm just healthier than he is.
In May, we'll be taking lung donations for Rob.
Right, it's cleared a low bar.
Yeah.
But I never had the busted shop vac sound that Rob did, so he might have it worse than I did.
Be honest, Mike. When he lets loose a pretty massive cough and it shakes the walls, what percent of you wants to go, hey, you can knock that off anytime now?
I just hope he's covering his mouth. That's all.
Nah,
Again, having gotten through 6 weeks of continual coughing myself, I have nothing but sympathy in that regard.
Just
Torpedo makes a really good point here. This is an indoor show, right? Because that's the first thing I need to know. This ain't no parking lot BS, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's in the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's right in my contract, right? Right after the green M&Ms, must have shade.
I thought it was no green M&Ms.
Look, the important thing is you can't let sun touch the bod.
No, that won't be a concern.
Yeah.
Only 8 minutes from the toy department in Cincinnati. So there you go.
nice. Yeah, I still have never said. I still haven't actually been to the toy department, and I need to go to the toy department.
Yeah,
for sure.
I dare say everybody needs to get to the toy department. They don't dress it up like they do in Kokomo. Like Kokomo is a prettier toy store, but my God, just the breadth.
You're not selling me on it, Mike.
I don't feel like I have to be there.
the breadth of stuff that you can get at the toy department is unlike anything I've seen anywhere else in the world.
Oh yeah, I believe that. And now this, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this this is the return of the Ohio Toy and Comic Show, right? Is that?
It is. Yes, is the return, the long-awaited return. Our man Kenny taking the reins. So
shout out Kenny.
He's in the live chat somewhere.
Likely to be the second biggest return in the whole industry this year. Likely.
Beta Ray Bob asks, do all guests get a free breakfast at the Holiday Inn? I couldn't tell you that, but I'm pretty sure parking is free. And as we know my stance on events, if the parking is free, that's a good event. Those are good people. You should support them. Nope, nobody has any reaction to that. Sorry.
You just speak.
Where's Kenny? Kenny must have dropped out because he should be on. He should be in the comments telling us what on what's going on with the show.
But I think that's a great stance to take, Mike.
Right?
That's yes.
Andrew Galgan says, great to see What's on Joe Mind out at events. Here's hoping this is the first of many. Well, you know what? Don't tell me that. Tell your show's promoter, hey, you need to get What's on Joe Mind at your show. I can't just show up and invite myself to these things. I gotta be, you gotta invite me to these things. Otherwise I'm just a dude at the show like everybody else.
We're all just dudes at the show.
All dudes.
Really we are.
Yeah.
I don't have cool flying skull thingies to sell. I don't have throwback 1980s Cold Warriors to sell. I got none of that stuff. I just got the honcho. Which should be enough.
Thank God I'm here.
Thank God, Mr. Weber.
I like that Diana Davis has no concept of what free parking is. Because she's in California.
Right.
No.
And it do not exist.
That's not a thing there. Mary Mercenary, venues at a great location, lots of places to eat, lots of places to drink in the hotel. There you go.
Well, Kenny doesn't have any information about the breakfast at the Holiday Inn. So Kenny, you better get on that. And I think we could bully him into some free donuts. There it is.
There it is. There is free parking.
Might be able to.
Might be able to. Is that just a tease, or is that like
some donuts leaves it pretty open?
Might
so
some donuts?
Andrew Gaugan, if we can get What's on Joe Mind to a convention in Massachusetts, maybe the honcho will make a surprise appearance challenging Mike to a cage match. Why would he challenge me to a cage match?
No, team.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that sounds entertaining.
We fight for the tag belts. We don't fight one another.
I would take free parking to see that.
We're like the Killer Bees. There's no breakup angle here. There's no championship reigns either.
I think we're actually we're the Cat-Am connection, where one of the partners is just gone out of nowhere one week. So yeah, I'll be your Tom Sink.
I'm hearing a tag team. I'm hearing that they'll do a cage match, but they're going to be a tag team. Is that kind of what it sounded like?
You're saying you're going into this like that's going to scare us off, but keep in mind that between Rob and Mark and myself, we are the burliest of the GI Joe podcast.
Yeah.
So,
We'll
go ahead, Mark.
We'll defend those 6-man titles anytime.
Yeah, I mean, famously, I'm not a small man.
No. Freebird rule with the three of you guys.
Right? Now
Right. That's what I always thought the trick here was, the Freebird rule.
Yeah.
And the honcho he's 6'3". He's a towering, menacing presence.
Yeah.
So we'll take anybody.
Plus, if it's a Freebird rule, then we get Joe Colton, and by marriage we get the wrist lock.
Right.
And then
the angry one and the professional.
Yeah, and then the loose cannon, their daughter, who's like the feral child from Stargate. You don't want any part of that.
She's adorable.
I feel like they thought about this a lot.
She's dangerous.
We do this show every week, Ben. It's come up every Tuesday. You can
Nice.
pop in once in a while. Anyhow, next news item. There we go. G.I. Joe 3D Printing Podcast. Happy to present Chunky Tank. Get in his Mallard Tank. The boys get together about every other Sunday. They doing all kinds of 3D printing projects. Whatever your expertise level, be sure to tune in. And Mike and Mark and Archwan will teach you something. Get you going on your own wonderful Real American Hero or what have you themed creation of your own individual engines of destruction. And who doesn't want that?
It's pretty cute. My daughter wants it.
Oh, Andrew Gaugan. So What's on Joe Mind team is getting taken down in the ring. Who's that in the rafters? It's Joe Colton. Joe Colton from the rafters. She needs that ego boost, right?
Good call.
Although, she's probably the only one that's safe to lower from the rafters, frankly.
Fair too, yeah.
We don't want.
She's more comfortable with makeup, so yeah.
I don't do anything in a harness. That's not good for people like me.
Anymore.
That's just a great blanket statement, Mike. I don't do anything in a harness. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
My harness days are behind me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done there. We're done there.
It's like one of those sneezes.
Nowhere man child. As God is my witness, he is broken in half. Just replace O-ring. Yeah, that sounds right. Sounds right. Good God. As usual, we've gone out of control. That's the news.
We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to the What's on Joe Mind News Hour.
Be right back after a quick moment from our sponsors at Kokomo Toys.
We buy, sell, and trade vintage and modern toys. G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformers, Marvel, DC, and more. Located in beautiful downtown Kokomo, Indiana, we are open every Wednesday through Saturday from 12 to 5. It's a theme park of nostalgia. Join the thousands of people who have traveled from all over the Midwest for over a decade to buy and sell with us. Get your geek on.
Get your geek on.
There we go. There, I'm finally back. You guys all come back in at different, like the machine is weird tonight. So, like Ben and Mark's microphone was live long before the Kokomo ad was done. So it sounded like they're announcing along with. Yeah, it was good stuff. I don't know. Not anywhere.
Get your geek on it, Kokomo Toys.
Let's get it together, StreamYard. Come on. Anyhow, that game brings us to tonight's main event. And for that, of course, that's why we got all these guys clogging up the bottom row. They're more entertaining than Phil, but, you know, that's a cheap shot. I know.
The bar is low. How dare you say that about Phil?
I know.
He's at Disneyland. He can't hear you.
Oh, he was in live chat before. That's kind of why I threw the cheap shot at him.
From Disneyland.
But so you guys will be at ZoloCon, and this is in King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. That sounds impressive. It's just a suburb of Philadelphia.
That sounds impressive,
right?
It's a very exotic location.
We don't eat food from cans in King of Prussia. But
no, keep going, Mike.
Yeah,
That was great.
good.
That was really good.
I know. Then I stop and listen to myself, and I realize how stupid I am. And come on, it's the joy of being me. Give me a second.
Let's leave the accents to me. Just
Right.
Well, King of Prussia seemed like a nice town. We didn't go too far afield. Mark and Troy and I all went along with MJ and the whole crew from Marauder went there last year for the first time. So that was our first time there, and we had an awesome time. It's a huge show, and like crazy amount of cool stuff there. All kinds of like really. Like, you know, people you'd expect to see, like, oh, like we saw the Four Horsemen dragon when we were there we saw that for the first time, you know, and all kinds of great toy makers, and then like lots of like really cool, like almost like underground type of really cool kind of toys. There was this guy that does it's called Muscleoids. You guys ever heard of Muscleoids? It's like they're the most muscular 5.5 inch action figures on the market. Okay. So they're like He-Man, like the He-Man, but they're like
Stronger.
roided out even harder than He-Man.
So much stronger.
Yeah. Like I had to get one. There's just all kinds of wild, awesome, crazy shit there. It was a blast.
How many points of articulation does a muscleoid have? 0? 1?
5. I believe it has 5. Yeah. Let's see here. I got them. I had to buy.
they're all in the arms, right? So you can,
Well, no, the elbows don't work. They're just those elbows. Yeah.
okay. He must work out.
Look at that guy. You see the definition on that?
His muscles have muscles.
Somewhere out there,
Muscles. Yes, exactly.
somewhere out there, Scott Steiner is not impressed.
This
Like,
guy was
what-
named. Oh, I think he was. I can't. I need my readers now. I'm so old, but I think his name is like.
Necrophorus?
No, it's a skull name. It's got a skull name. The one I got.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like it sounds almost like skeleton.
It's Skulltron.
Skulltron. This is
Wait a
Skulltron.
minute. Wait
Yeah.
a minute.
Grayhead. This one is a
Yeah,
redhead.
they have variations. A lot of
Oh,
variations.
yeah, variants.
Yeah. So I was looking.
Yeah.
Mark was looking at the cross sell there on that. So
Lot of tooling.
just one amazing example of the awesome stuff you're going to find at ZoloCon that maybe you'll never see anywhere else.
You never know.
Ragtime Rob chiming in. That fella's on the gas. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Um,
little bit.
from the neck down, he's Barry Bonds. Oh,
Well, from the neck up, Barry Bonds too, because it's all skull.
oh.
Anyways,
So the-
ew!
No drug testing at ZoloCon either, guys. Just so you know, from what I saw, and it's in a casino, so they actually have a bar. Did you guys know this? They have a bar on the showroom floor.
Oh, nice.
You guys aware of that?
No,
do it-
no.
do it- do it- do it- do it.
It's amazing. And there's even signature drinks, ZoloCon branded drinks at the show on the showroom floor at ZoloCon.
I had to figure something like that was going down if Troy was making a trip.
Yeah, and look at we actually had a there's 3 signature drinks last year, and one of them was a Skeletron Robo Mule with the collector cup. Look at that. Beautiful art.
That's
Beautiful
cool.
artwork by Mark Pennington. Look at that thing.
But
So-
wait, there's more.
There is
Wait, what was the Robo Mule?
it's a whiskey mule. So it was whiskey, and then the ginger.
Okay.
And then let's see if you see if this will color change if this is ice cold enough. But these frosted glasses actually they're color changing, and they actually turn red. Look at that! How cool is that?
That's
Oh.
cool, dude.
So that was fun.
That was fun. And then we had there was a glow in the dark one. There's really these are all at the bar, and they're doing it again this year at ZoloCon. And there's also there's be 3 signature drinks, and one of which is another very special, most special signature drink for ZoloCon we've ever done. Drink that will be at ZoloCon. So stay tuned for that. But there's going to be another collector cup, courtesy of Skeletron.
Excellent. May have to try and get there, provided I can get the car out between now and the end of February, which is an if.
I think you can do it. I believe.
You can do
I
it.
believe in you, Mike.
Yeah.
You can do
You
it.
can do it.
Really cold out there.
Yeah, you got to want it though. You got to want it.
Have to want it.
Ooh. Well, maybe we'll see.
Are you telling the Minnesota and Colorado guys that it's really cold in Indiana? Just say it. Just say it.
Man, there's a reason I don't live in those places, Mark.
I guess that's fair.
I mean, not that Indiana's this tropical paradise or anything, but
Yeah.
it tends to be a little bit more moderate in its climate.
New England ain't great either right now, to be honest with you. But we have faith that our Lord and Savior Drake May will make the snow go.
Yeah, it is kind of weird to think that of the 4 places that we are coming to you live from tonight, that the place I'm at is the warmest.
Yeah, you're the tropical hot spot.
Right. And with wind chill, it's 10 below. Anyways,
That's what today.
so the first slide I've got as far as what you guys got going on at ZoloCon besides, custom mixed drinks, is this little number. And Troy McKee, as I understand, you are the expert here. But this is the Marauder Task Force Vietnam MAC-V SOG Special Operator. I don't know if that's being read correctly or not. Whatever. I'll let you do it. You're the expert.
No, you got it. Yeah, so it's MAC-V-SOG, and that's the Military Assistance Command Vietnam Studies and Observations Group. So these guys were special operations troops during the Vietnam War. The unit was established just during that period of time. And these are the guys that went into Cambodia and Laos and on all the kind of black ops missions, that they make Call of Duty games about now. So, that this is, when you look at this, obviously this figure doesn't look like it's in, regular GI issue gear. Sometimes they would wear black uniforms like that. They'd camo up their faces. The gear loadout's a little different. This was something that we had put together as an add-on during the original Kickstarter campaign, and now even though MJ's kind of moved away from that, this is a figure that's going to be available now. So he's got a couple of new pieces of gear, and I want to make sure I get this right. I got notes here. So he's got a new mini Alice pack, which is a kind of backpack. He's got a butt pack to keep gear in on the back of his belt. Empty canteen pouches, which is something the special operations guys used to do in Vietnam when they would go out in the field. They would pick up AKs off the enemy, and they would pick up AK magazines. Well, those didn't fit in the regular magazine pouches that they had. So what they would do is they would take empty canteen pouches, and they would stack 2 AK mags in canteen pouches. Also comes with a P65 rucksack, backpack frame, and then a new machete and sheath.
So all kinds of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
New gear.
A lot of gear.
That head's rad.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a better look at him on the screen now. And from what I also understand, the Marauder Task Force Station, they're also bringing back the popular Make a Marauder station.
Yeah, they are. So they're bringing back the Make a Marauder, so you can go through the line and pick and build your own Marauder figure, which of course is one of the the fun things about Marauders, the mix and match and
Right.
Build your own guy. So they've got a station to do that, and then there's actually going to be a mix in of some of our Skeletron 4-inch figures in there too. So you can actually take some Skeletron bits, mix those in with the other Marauder bits, because of course our 4-inch figures are compatible with Marauder Task Force and use their whole system for our 4-inch figures. So that's just another fun way for us to we set up with Marauder all the time. So now we're actually we're mixing the plastic bits up together too to show off that cross compatibility, which is really fun.
Getting chocolate in the peanut butter, in other words.
There you go.
All of the Vietnam figures will be available, and then several of the Marauder geared up figures, which are the Marauder versions of more popular characters that we may know from various lores, mostly G.I. Joe. As far as get your favorite Joe Marauderized, so to speak.
Yeah, he's been doing some really cool kind of homages to G.I. Joe stuff. And then some of the things we've been enjoying is him taking and kind of doing his own Make a Marauder geared up creations, creative buildups of Red Shadows guys too, that kind of play nicely with our 4-inch lineup as well.
There you go.
Expect to see some of those at the show.
Josiah Alcorn is a fan. Make a Marauder might be the best parts of these conventions.
Other than going to the bar to get your Marauderita.
I'm writing that one down, Mark. That's next year. We'll have to have a Marauderita.
Marketing.
Hey.
He's so good at it, they put him in the name.
And then out the door. But whatever.
That's it, man. You make yourself. You made yourself obsolete. You're so good at selling this stuff that it's all sold.
Yeah, price myself out. It's fun.
So if you back up on this one again, I think this one also has the enhanced articulation. I guess I can't really tell there, but our new Marauder style figures from Skeletron have the thigh cuts and the boot swivels. And the new figures coming out from Marauder also have that additional articulation. And then they even have that extra little bit of give in the elbow so that you can get some extra, get that rifle right up for the eye for posing. And I've heard from a lot of, guys that do photography like Eddie American and just guys that are doing all that awesome photography. And they're like, yeah, that little elbow, enhancement makes a difference when they're trying to, get these guys into the super cool poses. So really, really great articulation. Getting better all the time on this figure and the other things coming from Marauder.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
Still waiting on that second chest cut above the pecs, but below the shoulders.
Yeah, but it's not a brutal. There's no brutal chest cut, Mark. So that's good.
Yeah, I just want the legs going one way, the belly button going another way, and then the shoulders going the other way. That's what I'm looking for. That's next level.
Yeah, and these guys are just split right at the waist, so which makes for the LAF custom guy like me, where it's like I just want the shirt to be different than the pants. Boom, pull them apart, pop them together, done.
That's God intended.
Get all the parts going in different ways. That's the next Marauder Kickstarter. That Marauder 90s comic books. But Nowhere Man-Child kicking in with Jin and Skeletronic. Think about going
good.
If you're not catching us live, make sure that you're giving us your toy themed mixed drink ideas in the comments down below. So you mentioned Eddie American, and we just so happen to have some stuff from Eddie American that you provided to us. As we see, we move into the Yeti here, we get to see some cool Dio shots that he put together. So Yeti is, of course, based on our friend Aaron Dietrich, and you premiered him at Assembly Required this past year. There were not many of them to go around. Some of us were lucky enough to be able to get in the dealer room before it opened and buy one from you.
Yeah, we actually thought we were going to have enough for the show because Assembly Required is a great show, but it's not massive in scale compared to some of these other shows like that we go to. But they went pretty fast, so we did sell out. And the good news is we're going to have more at ZoloCon, so that's going to be the next time everybody gets a chance to get Yeti. And of course, then we've had a lot of people asking about, I can't go to King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. So how do I get this Yeti figure? So we are going to be offering the figure after the show on our website at skeletron.com. So you will get a chance to own this figure, even if you're not able to come to any of our convention shows this year. But one of the things that we did, and I don't know if you guys, we did make a post about this, but I don't know if you guys are aware. This is the version of the figure that we had at Assembly Required, and you can see there we've got Aaron unmasked on the front of the card back. So this version is our convention version. So we have two card back versions of Yeti. And we thought it really fitting that since I met Aaron at a convention, Mark met Aaron, everybody met Aaron Dietrich at a convention, right? So we thought it fitting that our unmasked Aaron version would be our convention special for the year. So if you want, it's the same figure, but if you want that unmasked Aaron version, we're going to be having that all year long at the conventions. And then the masked version, which is super, you see the masked version on the back of this one is super, super awesome. That'll be online after ZoloCon. So we'll have both versions of the card at the show, and then Yeti will go on sale at a date to be announced on this website.
And to give everybody frame of reference, we'll show this later. ZoloCon is February 28th and March 1st. So first half of March.
Yeah, 1 month away. It's coming up fast.
So if for everybody who's just chomping at the bit, when can I get this figure? First half of March. Good guess there. But there's one shot there. We get to see more of an action fighting alongside his boy Skeletron and some of the Wolf boys behind.
Yeah, and Eddie does such a great job. Eddie's an amazing photographer and such a good guy. You guys know Eddie?
No, actually.
You guys got to meet Eddie. He's he literally awesome. Is the nicest guy ever. So he's the best. He's gonna be at ZoloCon, so he'll be in the booth with us and Marauder at the show. He was there with us last year too. So he's just the best. Everybody loves Eddie, and he's a great. He makes these dynamic shots even with O-ring, which obviously these have not the same level of articulation as a Marauder 4-inch or a 6-inch figure, and he still is able to, make these guys look really dynamic and awesome. Of course, they're great figures too. And here he's got it with our Wolf Trooper and our Skeletron, which unfortunately now are sold out. So our retro Wolf Trooper 2-in-1 Skeletron figure is completely sold out. Although we do have a few in like a convention, like in a convention box. So we're going to put we'll probably have I can't commit to that, but I think we'll have a couple like out at ZoloCon of that sold out figure, but just a very few alongside with the Yeti.
Humble one with a quick question: will there be enough Yeti for us to buy multiples? I would guess so.
Yeah. So the great appreciate the question. Buy a ton of them, man. Let's go nuts. So the regular mass version, we are not going to put a limit on it online or at the show. But the convention unmasked version, there will be a limit at the show. So that'll be, I don't know if we finalized that, but it's probably going to be like one per day per person on the convention unmasked card back.
AU 79 plus 1. How about a modern 4-inch Yeti?
I think that's a great idea. I think the design of this figure is awesome beyond just the fact that it's meaningful to us, being a tribute to Aaron. Chris Scott did an amazing, concept for the helmet design and pulling together the existing tooling that we had to put together this figure quickly for us to share with Aaron while he was still with us. So we want to see Yeti in many, many forms.
And Fanboy Prime, of course, covering the last base, 6-inch Yeti, maybe. Pretty please.
I just think that's a great idea too.
It's a great idea.
Great idea.
It almost seems like that's what you have planned. We've just got to let some time pass.
Yeah, one thing that we're not known for is speedy deliveries. So you guys got to hang out, hang with us while we, develop what's next.
Right. And look, man, in the current climate, the fact that like any progress should be good enough progress. So don't worry about that. Control what you can control. Don't sweat that stuff. I think the real fans and the real supporters are with you regardless of how long it takes. Rather have it right than have it fast.
I appreciate the sentiment, and you're actually absolutely correct. The people that backed our Kickstarter have been just totally amazing the entire time, and super, and they're happy, right? Because if you got it all in on our Kickstarter, you've been getting regular deliveries that just don't seem to stop. So it's really nice when we keep hearing from our Kickstarter backers who went all in that that it's the best Kickstarter that they've ever been a part of. We really appreciate that positivity, and for the guys that that only back the things that are at the tail end of everything. I'm sorry, and sorry that you picked stuff that's at the very back end of the delivery cycle, and appreciate the patience.
Malva, really? Yeah, I can't. Whatever. I'll never get over how rad the transparent teal is on the Yeti, and I agree with that. You guys took a really what just a hideous color, and made it work with red and black. Of course, Aaron's love of the Ninja Viper is what inspired that. So it wasn't like you just pulled it out of thin air. The old G.I. Joe mail-in Ninja Viper.
Yeah, and you're right on there, Mike. And the Ninja Viper color was the inspiration, and it did shift a little bit off that, though. You can kind of see it's not quite as green as as maybe we could have gone with the. True. Although depending on how long your Ninja Viper's been in the sun, maybe it'll line up better or worse. So, but I think the color scheme ended up working really, really well. And then again, the collaboration on this was awesome because you had a really, really cool design and concept by Chris Scott. And then even Dave was contributing. I think it was Dave that maybe
Dave suggested the transparent when we were going through the colorways, and yeah, it was a great idea. Loved how it turned out.
Yeah. And working with Troy on this too. So Troy already had some things going. It's to me, it's a funny story. Troy, I don't know, this is kind of funny, right? Where Troy was looking at a backpack for one of his characters, and he had one katana in the backpack. They would hold the katana. And I was like, he's like, because I love ninjas, by the way, sidebar. I love ninjas. So he's showing it to me, and he's like, what do you think about this? I'm like, it's okay, but would be twice as cool if it had two katanas. So why don't you do that? So we'd already had this conversation about needing two katanas. And then of course to homage for a different character and a whole different conversation. And then later it came full circle when, I said, we have to do two katanas as an homage to the Ninja Viper for Yeti. He has to have two katanas. So that all sort of everything's kind of fell into place.
If you wanted to make it a true homage, some of them would have two, some of them would have one, and some of them just wouldn't have anything.
You know what? Surprise! You never know what can happen.
Just random sword. Right. Or like Delta 17 says, maybe 3. Maybe we just throw in an extra one. Maybe that's your wrinkle.
Yeah.
Well, we figured between the blades and the claws and the shuriken, he was dialed.
He got a good bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's got a lot of edges.
A lot of edges.
A little sharp.
And then we've got a last one here where with the Wolf Troopers are obviously consoling Yeti after another terrible season of Cincinnati Bengals football. Oops, all katanas.
It looks like the Yeti is looking down at the corpse of Joe Burrow.
Entirely. It could be just looking at him there on the turf after yet another terrible, tragic injury.
Or as the Iron Sheik once posted, Joe Burrow, more like Joe Brody.
This image kind of got me actually when Eddie sent it over to us. It kind of, I think it had an emotional kind of impact on him, and it hit me too. And because I've been holding this one for a little while, the photos of this actually are an earlier prototype, so you don't quite get that translucence on the helm that we have in the final production. But everything else about it's production level. But yeah, Eddie really did a great job shooting this guy.
Yeah, and for anybody who says 3 3/4 is just not posable, right? I need more posability. Not bad. Pretty good. Ain't none of us thought that in 1988. Like, damn, I wish these were more posable.
Right. Because I know in 1983 or 2, I never picked up a Star Wars toy again, right?
Yeah.
These dudes had elbows and knees, and I was beyond, over the moon. It just Star Wars was done officially at that moment, line drawn, complete. So yeah, that's just snobbery.
Meanwhile, Obi-Wan Kenobi was running after you, going, "Come back here, Mike! Come back!"
Yeah, they are great. They are great shots. We will have them up in our social media tomorrow at some point. I forget what time I set that to hit. So if you want to get a better look at the shots, not just Eddie's photos, but the Marauder Task Force and what we're going to show next, those will all be popping up on our social media throughout the day tomorrow. So don't worry about freeze framing and trying to clip things together. It will do easier work for you. Just wait till tomorrow. Got to give some incentive for people to actually watch the show. So it'll be tomorrow. But anyhow, see, now I feel bad because I made a joke about the stupid Bengal. Anyway.
I have a feeling Aaron would have been nodding 100%.
Like he'd have been on board because I'd have made it in front of his face, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a Giants fan, for Christ's sake. Everybody can laugh at us, but yeah, no. Anyhow, moving on. Toy Connections is already screenshotting everything to pretend he broke the news first. We're used to that, Ken. It's all right. We get that.
Feeling viperish tonight.
Yeah. Anyways, we could plug any number of names into that spot, couldn't we? But anyways, so for the main event of the main event, everybody wants to see what the new stuff is. What's going on? Who's this guy in all the promotional artwork?
Yeah.
What's going on here? What the hell is happening?
What is it? Who is this guy? So we're really excited. We are really excited to talk about this figure because, it's a new figure and it's a new character and we're building on some lore. You'll be able to read if you get this figure on the back of the file card. And we also just thought with Yeti coming out that we wanted to have another, people that aren't able to come to the show or come to the show to pick up Yeti that love retro. We were like, what's another? And we're sold out of our Wolf Trooper, our retro Wolf Trooper sold out. So we thought this was a great time to just like go all retro and pair him with another retro figure so people could get 2 figures or even make 3. And then same thing when we go online at Skeletron.com and just retro it up. So this is our big reveal moment right here on what's on Joe Mind.
So are we ready? Do you want the next time?
I mean, I think the only other thing I could say about this that made us think this is the time is that our figure's name starts with a Z and we're at ZoloCon. So we're like, this is it. This is where it's got to happen. So, I mean, the depth of thought here is profound.
He's right out of the hatch. You might get a mixed drink named after him. I mean, can you beat that? No, you can't. And so that's the Zargonaut for everybody.
That is the Zargonaut. So the Zargonaut is our brand new new figure. You can see him on the left. He's got a sweet new helmet sculpted by this guy right here, with the awesome green and yellow. And then on the right is actually his boss. So that's Zarlord on the right. I guess is it showing up on the right or the left on your screen, guys?
I think you see this. You're okay.
Okay. So we've got Zargonaut and we've got Zarlord. And what we're doing here is we're doing another 2-in-1 figure. So we're going to offer this, one figure and one card back, and then you can get out your little O-ring screwdriver and swap the heads and create the boss man Zarlord, who also has a brand new head sculpt, again by Mr. Marco Byrne right here.
And just to get the next tile there, we can see some of the load out there. As you can see, the pistol fits into the spot in his backpack there. But he's got the pistol and the rifle. You can see the Zarlord head. He's got the double knife to plug into his jetpack, I believe we saw this stuff before with the call sign longbow figure Ghost. But just great. And so where did this color scheme come from? What's the inspiration there?
Oh, it's like everything. We're going way back, and we're homaging things from the years, from lore gone by. So I'm sure people will put it in the comments, because we weren't real shy about it when we named these figures, what the reference is from going way back. So hopefully you guys will find it. We'll see if anybody puts it in the comments, but it's definitely an homage in a colorway that goes back, and Ken got it right away. Yeah, it's an Action Man homage from way back. Actually goes all the way. It's so way back. It's 12-inch homage, you guys. That's how old this homage is. So.
There we go. Out of the hatch. Before I was thinking of this before we got started, but I was also thinking Fisher Price Adventure People, but they didn't have yellow on those guys. So, anyways,
man, there's been some really great Adventure People colorways recently, though. Like Four Horsemen did some that were just killer, not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. Man, and color wise, there's a little bit of Cobra Black Star to him, and I really like that figure. So,
Black Star is a really cool figure, Mark. I agree with you. And that's a figure that I missed the first time around completely because of, what is that? What year was that? 94?
3 or 4, I think.
Yeah, it's late. And for me, so like I completely missed that one, but I've rediscovered it, and I'm like, that figure's cool name, cool figure. Like, yeah, it's a good one.
It's expensive, but you can get, if you're a lazy bastard customizer like myself, you get a Black Star and a sci-fi and swap out the boots. And pretty slick, just saying. Not as good as making something new, but some of us are more creatively stifled. How's that?
Yellow.
Yeah, but I'm digging this. I am digging this. This is very, very cool.
Well, thanks, Mark. And one of the things that I tuned into, I got to tell you, I tuned into What's on Joe Mind randomly one night, and you didn't know I was watching, and you pulled out our retro Wolf Trooper and said it was your favorite figure that had come out so far in the year, and I really appreciated that, man. So thank you very much.
I only tell the truth most of the time.
So we're really excited to get this guy out. He's gonna be available at ZoloCon and then coming up afterwards. And the same thing with the our previous figure. So it's a 2-in-1. So you can get two figures all in one, and then hopefully you buy two because you want both versions.
And then you also get the glow in the dark sword and the glow in the dark visor on the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
And so is the availability for those who can't get out to King of Prussia, because honestly, Royal stagecoaches are expensive, and they cannot be rented by everyone. But for those who can't get out to King of Prussia and Zolocon, when will these be available online?
They will be. We actually haven't set the date yet, so we will announce the date. We probably won't announce it till after Zolo, mostly because we're just not. I'm not that great of a planner, really. So we'll get set, but it won't. We're not gonna make. It's not gonna be a long wait. It's not gonna be too long. We want to get it. We want to get it in everybody's hands, but we also want to have the fun of. It is fun to have the people. That make the trip to the show be able to be the first ones to get it in hand, and then we'll ship them all out from there afterwards.
Right, but to keep everybody grounded, you're seeing probably 50% of Skeletron workforce in that window down below. You're seeing probably 33% of the call sign longbow workforce in Troy's window. Like these are small operations, so sometimes stuff just isn't planned that far in advance because you have to get through the thing you have to get through first. So, again, those who come back week after week and understand why this is such a fly-by-night 2-bit slime show, as behind the production of such things, I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah, thank you. 2-bit slime show. That's what I'm saying here.
That's us.
That's why we're here. That's why we're doing reveals on What's on Joe Mind. We don't need pomp and circumstance. We need the honcho. That's what we need. Anyways,
so we're pumped because we've got two new figures coming. For all the retro fans at Zolocon, and of course we're gonna have the full inventory. We have been getting a lot of DMs because we've been kind of teasing the retro about can I get the 6-inch on. Can I get the 6-inch at the show? Can I get the 4-inch at the show? And yes, absolutely. We're going to have everything that's in stock. We're going to have at the show as well, including, a very small, handful of our sold out items will be at the show as well. So if you missed out, definitely swing by our booth early and pick up one of those figures if you're able to get to King of Prussia.
David E5154 says, Ben, you will have a Cobra Black Star at Joe Fest for you.
Oh, what a guy.
Well played.
Right? Nothing for Mark, though.
No.
You know what you did, Mark. You know what you did.
I don't know which Mark, but I did nothing.
Thanks, David.
Could be both.
I love David E. You guys know.
I have a feeling that'll come with a side of rum.
Yeah, don't be bringing the rum, David E. I can't. Okay, bring the rum if you want.
Ken Diesel is excited about glow in the dark.
Nice. Yeah, gotta love the glow in the dark. This is fun.
Rob's credit only gets him as far as Viscount of Prussia. That's tough. That's tough. But sorry, I'm going through live chat a little bit. And so that's what we got for you guys at Zolocon. Zolocon, of course, that is happening on the 28th and the 1st. That is a Saturday and Sunday. I believe there's Friday night stuff too. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a VIP Friday night package. So if you go to Zolocon.com, you can check out there's a link there, like you've got up on your screen. It's like on a second screen. So there's something up top. Click that, it'll give you the breakdown on all the different packages. But you do need the VIP to do the Friday night. The Friday night's more of like a casual, dealer hangout. But if you want to be a part of that, you can get a VIP ticket. And there's a ton of exclusives that they're offering at the show that you can buy on Zolocon.com as well. So check it out. There's Night of the Living Dead stuff. There's the Zolo World Grim the Executioner figure that's a partnership with 4 Horsemen. There's insanely cool stuff to check out there as well.
Yeah, last year was the first year we went, and it was a blast. The Zolocon is awesome. I can't wait to go back to the show.
Yeah, and you can see too the logos that are here in this slide. It's not your big companies. These are the little guys. This is who they are choosing to showcase. So if this is your vibe, if this is your jam, and you're on the fence, get out the door and get to Philadelphia. This is your show, and it's cool that they've decided to fill that niche, right?
No, yeah, it's great. Mike, and Krista, the showrunners over there, are amazing people. They've really built a great show, and it's continuing to get better and better. And they've got like I said, they've got everything from like super niche stuff, one-off stuff, rare stuff, because they've got a lot of vendors. Like Toy Department will be there with bringing the heat like always, and there's comic books there. And then that goes all the way up through great company, like these great toy makers like Formo Toys, Spiro, Fresh Monkey's going to be there. Just lots of cool toy makers, and then some bigger ones like NECA. McFarlane's going to be there this year, actually. Creative Beast Studio, those guys are awesome, so much fun to talk to. If you guys haven't checked out the Cyberzoic stuff, do it, because it's super fun. Just good times all around, plus day drinking at a casino, guys. This is in the basement of a casino. So if you're not a guy that goes to a show, or you haven't been to a show,
Be there.
This is not the worst one to come check out, And then a lot of fun guys like Pixel Dan's going to be there. Dan from Toy Galaxy. It's Chicken Fried Toys, Delta 17. We're talking O-Ring. You're going to have Troy Rockin showing the updates on Longbow. A Ghost figure will be for sale from Longbow. And then Delta 17 is going to have a presence there.
Savage Crucible will be there.
Savage Crucible will be there. So yeah, it's going to be a really good time.
Just plain old Jay says, while in King of Prussia, check out the General von Steuben statue, which is the nonsense statement that makes me laugh of the show. Bart Simon with an important question: will there be cake at the booth, gentlemen?
I can guarantee no cake. I know that's a thing. I know that's your thing. I'm not.
I love cake.
So will there be cake?
No, but I would like some cake. There'll be cake in the booth if you bring cake to the booth. Then there'd be cake.
Right.
At the booth.
That's how we handle that one too, Mark, and that's a good play.
Yeah.
As we've proven, sometimes people will bring cake to the booth.
Oh, yeah.
But at the very least, there will be beefcake at the booth. And that's what we're talking about.
Flex for us once, guys. Give us the.
If Muscleoids is sold out, come on down.
Dude, I'm telling you, Muscleoids. Wow.
It may be the last time your 6-man tag belts go unchallenged by
right?
mine.
Hey, make sure to run by the McFarlane Toys booth and say, "Where's Mark?" Because they will all stare at you and go, "What the fuck?" That's a real throwback. Yeah.
Right. Mark, for the record, as everyone on the show looks confused, Mark worked for McFarlane before he worked for Hasbro.
For a decade.
Right.
A decade.
Wow.
Hell, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty good stint.
He's a toy lifer.
It was a good run.
It's a small industry. You got there'll be a lot of guys there that used to work for McFarlane.
Like the Four Horsemen.
And David Silva at Creative Beast Studio. He worked for McFarlane before he worked for NECA, and then started Creative Beast. So I don't know if your timelines match up, Mark, but David Silva's an awesome dude.
I'm not sure if they did, but I love my time with McFarlane. There's nothing but good things to say.
Fun stuff. Oh, and then D13. Chris will be there. Mm-hmm. I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of people because the place is packed. It's a big show of awesomeness.
Right. If you got to know the whole guest list, get yourself to Zolocon.com. Got the Facebook and Instagram up there too, but ultimately they will lead you back to Zolocon.com. And that's where you can get all kinds of ticket and vendor information and find out what you're missing. Besides our friends, Troy and Mark and Ben.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
And so that's all I got for slides. What else? Did you guys have anything else you wanted to share? What else is going on, man?
Oh my gosh, we have so many things we want to share, but we're gonna hold off, I think.
I mean,
so many things to not talk about. It's
Yeah. Does that sound interesting?
it's one of those things, guys. Like of course I would want to talk about them.
Yeah.
So like Ben has mastered the art of booking a spot on What's on Joe Mind, right? Get into the inbox on like Friday and be like, when's your next spot open? Knowing full well that I don't even think about what my guest list is till
This is the planning part I was talking about.
it just like we very much vibe in that regard. Like, hey, last minute, let's go. All right. We so you figured it out. You knew exactly when to get in before it was like, hey, what's the next time I can get on What's on Joe Mind? And I was like, how about 3 days from now? And so here we are. And that's just so next time you have just a seemingly random reveal for an upcoming show, we probably have a spot for you to do.
Good to know, Mike. I appreciate that, and thanks for having us so much. I guess the only other shout outs I want to make sure I give is like, everybody that worked on the Yeti figure to help make it happen, and Sarah for her support on this too. So she's been amazing and so supportive. So shout out to Sarah, and of course cousin Kenny on the whole thing, and and everybody else that we kind of already shouted out. But it's a testament to the community, right? Because we had a drunken night of discussion about it, and then like pulled it all together and said we took all our ideas, and then we said, yeah, all of them, they're all good, we're going to put them all into this figure, and
right.
No cuts, and it's all Thrilla, no filla, and it's a really great figure.
And the cool part was Aaron got to be a part of it. He got to be a part of, we got to present the artwork to him, we got to present the prototype to him. So just all in all, it's just a super special figure. So that's one thing that makes it so exciting to be able to get it out there. It's a very meaningful figure, so we're really excited.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Troy McKee, you got anything you want to add to the shout out list there? We'll take Ben's natural shout outs and roll it right into an outro.
Always shout out to the original Johnny Kooks. My partner at Grindstone Toys as we're working through stuff.
Johnny Cook.
And I guess I just want to echo kind of what Ben said. Everybody that worked on the Yeti figure, it came out really fantastic. And like he said, we rolled with everything and we put it all into one, and it turned out really great, man. And I'm really happy with how that turned out, and I'm glad it worked out the way it did. So.
Mark Weber, you got any shout outs?
Just to my 8th grade English class tomorrow. Get to bed. The only easy day was today. Tomorrow's going to be hard.
Today was probably a snow day, so yeah, it was.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, they are not ready for Oscar. That's all I got to say.
Nice.
Mark, could someone actually email your 8th grade class tomorrow the link to this? So they
maybe. I mean, they could. Good luck finding their email address.
Why am I picturing like Kindergarten Cop where Schwarzenegger's like, shut up?
But here, quick story. Last week I was 4th grade class, and I knew the 3 tricks to get them quiet, right? Turn off the lights, or they go 3, 2, 1, school's not done, then everybody gets quiet, or the clap. You do, and then they go, and then everybody listens. But I couldn't stay for the last period, so the principal came in, who has been a teacher at the school forever. And I gave her the lesson plan and everything. Thanked her so much. I didn't say goodbye to the class because I didn't want to rile them up anymore. They were already half riled. And the principal just turned around and said, okay. And they all went like snap to attention. And I'm like, I got a lot to learn.
Right.
But
That's what getting into administration does for you, man.
dude, it was. I think it was probably like that when she was a teacher. They just knew, right, that it was time to pay attention. So I got to learn that Jedi trick. That was incredible.
Now, Mark has been a regular sub at Barrington Academy for several years now. So he's not the general, run of the mill sub. They kind of know him at this point. So he's probably got a little bit.
There were a couple of kindergartners kicking a soccer ball around and they wouldn't play with the third kid the other day. And I said, "You guys know who the high school soccer coach is, right?" And they didn't.
And
I looked at it.
He slide tackled him.
I looked at a kindergartner and said, "You want to play in high school?" And he didn't quite put it together to understand. Oh, that's a threat. Yes, it was. Yes.
I will reiterate your guys' shout outs there. I want to add one to our folks watching at home. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Bigger audience than normal, although we tend to do pretty good here on Tuesday night. Do all the cool YouTube stuff and help us out, help spread the word, help get this video around so that people know what to expect from the folks at Skeletron and Call Sign Longbow as they've been good enough to come and share their time with us. Click the like button to like the video, click the subscribe button to help the channel grow, do all that cool YouTube stuff. If you haven't caught us live, if you're catching us on replay, go ahead and leave a comment down below because that helps get things distributed as well. We've already, we've long made peace with the fact that we will never make money doing a crummy YouTube show. That's not the point here. We're here to build community, and the only way to really do that is through you guys. I can do everything under the sun. They don't care. They expect me to do it. When you guys start doing it, when you guys get on board, that's when they decide that we're worth watching. So please click all the buttons. It's free, and it doesn't take a lot of time at all. And last time, I didn't even break a sweat doing it. So, extra incentive there. Very little work. Again, shout out to Racktime Rob. Hope he's feeling better and can join us on camera again next week. I know the truth. He's fine. He'll be all right. We just needed another week. Another week of sounding like a dying horse without actually being a dying horse.
Maybe you guys should get a big Save Rob thing on your local water tower.
Can't we add him to the GoFundMe slide?
We probably
Save Rob.
I am out of space on that thing, and I really don't want to go to a second one, but maybe that might be all we've got.
That's good.
I want to give a shout out to Mark O'Byrne, to Ben Conway, to Troy McKee. Thank you again for joining us here on this wonderful Tuesday evening as we're all snowed in and out of society. If anybody at home knows somebody who missed the program, slap them because they didn't have anything better to do. They should have been here. And that is what's on Joe Mind, condone violence. You take it to them.
And thanks to everybody in the comments, everybody that joined in to watch. Really appreciate it. We've been reading the comments.
Yeah, we didn't get to all of them, but we've been enjoying the comments.
Yeah, so thanks to everybody that joined in.
We were trying to keep time down a little bit, so unfortunately we couldn't get to quite as many questions from the crowd as we do for these things. But you know what? Come back next week and we'll do our best to answer them then. Or me and Mark will anyway. These guys will have work to do or some nonsense. But unless you want to come back, that's fine. We'll make rack time questions.
We'll be back.
Right.
Rob will say he feels better, and Mike will be like, "Yeah, no, I don't think so."
You're out of here.
Yeah, you're grounded. You're sorry.
That was kind of the discussion this week. It was like, Rob, are we on the show this week? We're going to play it by ear. He was like, "Oh, let's play it by ear," and then he spent the rest of the evening, sounding not good. And I was like, you know what, Rob, let's just say no in advance. Let's just Ben's bringing extra guests, so we'll get you next week. We'll get you back in next week. Take some extra time, heal up a little bit,
rest up, Rob.
Right. So there you go. Troy McKee, you can rest well knowing that yours was the bubble that kicked Rack Time Rob off the show. No, it's not. It's not.
Glad I could be of service.
Yeah.
And I think
Wally picked Rob.
this does keep in line with the Troy McKee rule that any show that Troy is on has to run under on time. So that tends to be the case. As we know, Mark
I'm bringing him everywhere.
Mark and Troy hold the What's on Joe Mind land speed record, doing a complete show in less than an hour. We didn't quite get there tonight, but what? Why not? It's anyhow. That's all we got, guys. That's all we got. If you have any questions, again, everybody, all the guests will keep an eye on our comment section. You can leave them there. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram. I think we've got those links in our social media. So if you're following us, there's an easy conduit to both Skeletron and to Grindstone Toys in all that stuff. So feel free, let those questions flow if we didn't get to them here live in the chat tonight. For our guests, Mark O'Byrne, Ben Conway, Troy McKee, for the honcho Mark Weber, I'm Mike Irizarry. Be sure to join us next Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for another episode of What's on Joe Mind. Have a great rest of the week. Stay warm, stay safe, and yo, Joe.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.